Good morning. It is Thursday, April 7th. Here, I hope it's 7. And it's going to be a nice day today. I guess we're going to get a bit of a break in the weather for a day anyway before it gets rainy and cold again. We're going to get some sunshine. Should be 16 degrees warmer if you're just sitting in the sun. So make sure you do that so that you can get a little bit of vitamin D into your system. Today we are finishing Mark chapter 12. Like I said, Mark's a short book, but its chapters are long and they're packed with many different truths that the Lord Jesus demonstrated to us with his life and taught us. And in Mark 12 today, we're talking about a little lady, a widow woman, like Elmer Fudd would say, a widow woman. So you got the widow woman in Mark 12, a little lady or a widow woman. She's a widow, and what she did to give. So here we go. Mark 12, the widow's offering. Jesus sat down near the collection box in the temple and watched as the crowds dropped in their money. Many rich people put in large amounts. Then a poor widow came and dropped in 2 small coins. Not a lot. Jesus called his disciples to him and said, "I tell you the truth, this poor widow has given more than all the others who are making contributions, for they gave a tiny part of their surplus. But she, poor as she is, has given everything she had to live on." Think about those words. She gave everything she had to live on. So what could that mean for somebody that lived in a world where there's no welfare? Her husband's gone. Her husband, before he died, was probably taxed to the teeth by the Romans. She was poor, Jesus said. So what did it mean that she went to the temple and in the offering box put in everything she had to live on? What would that mean in her society? I'm thinking wherever her money came from, I don't know where she got money to live on, but that lady loved God so much and wanted to, probably, she knew what it was like to be poor, and she so badly wanted to alleviate the suffering of others that she might have gone the rest of the week with no food. She might have gone a month with hardly anything. She might have given away all her money and had a little bit of food at home and thought, you know what, I'm gonna get 4 more coins at the beginning of next month, and I've got enough food to last me till then if I ration my food. So I think I'm just gonna give this all to God because there's people out there worse off than me. This widow gave a lot. Jesus watched. That's the first thing, is that Jesus knows our heart. He sees what's in our heart. And so he saw what was in her heart was that she was giving everything she could to love God and to love people. And then Jesus watched means he could see everything that the rich Pharisees that were standing there. In contrast, just before this in Mark 12, Jesus talks about these Pharisees that parade around in their flowing robes, and they exact money from widows so they can be rich and get all the accolades and wear their flowing robes and live a life of luxury. They weren't in it to help God or serve God or help people. So contrast the Pharisees he just talked about in Mark 12 with this story of this widow who gave everything she had. And Jesus sees that large amounts of money don't mean a big heart. A guy like Jeff Bezos, he could give $1 million and he wouldn't notice it, right? But there's people that, okay, I'm going to tell you the tale of Hugging Shirley. Last year when we found out we had to buy the hub if we wanted to keep it for a ministry center, we had Bob's Burgers. We were trying to raise enough to pay a good chunk to get this building. And so we had Bob's Burgers fundraiser, and this little lady, Shirley, says, "Bob, I missed the Bob's Burgers thing. Can you come to my house? I've got some money for the project." And so I went over there, and this little old lady on a fixed income hands me $50 cash to go to the hub project. And she says, "I'm sorry, I can't do more." And I said, "Shirley, you've done so much," because Think about it. This lady living in subsidized housing on a fixed income, skinny as a rail, giving $50 to a youth center so that the church can have that building. That was equivalent to $500 for probably a guy like me. And I just thought about her heart. And Jesus says, I tell you the truth, this poor widow has given more than all the others who are making contributions, for they gave a tiny part of their surplus. But she, poor as she has given everything she had to live on. She was inconveniencing herself so she could help someone else. The rich people were only giving away a little. It didn't affect their lifestyle at all. They were going to miss a meal. They were going to have to ration their food the rest of the month. It's a sacrificial gift, Jesus says. Usually, sacrificial gift means it's sacrificial in nature. In that, if it doesn't cost us anything, it's not sacrificial. In that, if we don't notice it's missing, that would mean that we probably aren't giving enough. C.S. Lewis has said something I read a while ago that keeps coming back and convicts me. He says, I do not believe one can settle on how much we ought to give. I'm afraid the only safe rule is to give more than we can spare. In other words, if our expenditure on comforts, luxuries, amusements, etc. is up to the common standard among those with the same income as our own, we are probably giving away too little. That doesn't mean we have to become reverse snobs and never enjoy life. Paul said, command those who are rich in this present world not to be arrogant or to put their hope in wealth, but to put their hope in God, who richly provides us with everything for our enjoyment. So God gives us money and gives us things to enjoy, but the point is to make sure that we are giving enough away that we're inconveniencing ourselves to convenience someone else. Remember the rich young man who wanted to follow Jesus? We examined him a couple chapters ago. Jesus said, sure, just give away your wealth to the poor and follow me. But what about supporting Jesus? Jesus could have used that young man's wealth for his ministry, right? What Jesus was saying to the young man was, I want your heart. And for you, that means you're going to have to give away all your wealth to the poor. Invest in the poor. Come work with me, and I'll take care of you. And Jesus is saying to us, invest in the poor, and come work with me, and I'll take care of you, even if you give away more than you can afford. Jesus loves people. They are his treasure. And he demonstrated that when he gave away everything to save you and me. He said, where your treasure is, that's where your heart will be. Reword it. You put your money where your heart is. So put your money where your mouth is, and you put your money where your heart is. And you know what? Right now, I'm thinking about the country of the Ukraine. And we can't just be upset. And we can't make our governments get involved and fix the situation as much as we wish we could. We can pray for sure, but we can also give. There are agencies out there like FAIR, the Fellowship Agency for International Relief, where all the money is going over to Poland to help refugees. There's Samaritan's Purses on the ground there. You've got World Vision and Compassion helping there, an International Justice Mission, the Red Cross. Pick one and give more than you can afford this month. You know what? It's worth your lattes this month. If you budget well and you know you've got this much to spend, you inconvenience yourself for the heart of Jesus, because Jesus gave everything for us, and we can give more. We can have a heart like this widow. The widow was skipping meals to help the poor. What kind of heart is that? That's the heart of Jesus. Philippians 2 says he gave it all away for you and me. That's got to affect my heart. May we rearrange our hearts and then ask Jesus for wisdom to rearrange our lives so we can give more. Yesterday we see Jesus say this: beware of the teachers of religious law who like to parade around in flowing robes, give respectful greetings. Yesterday, the flowing robes I mentioned, preacher sneakers on the Instagram account, $3,000 jean jacket. boy, you could get a nice looking one that looks just as good, and compare the $50 Levi's jean jacket at Walmart to the $3,000 jean jacket. Okay, so he's got a little fur. Was it real fur? Come on, Levi. You could have bought a jean jacket and given away that money to a lot bigger causes. And how they love their seats of honor, and shamelessly they're cheating widows out of their property, and then they pretend to be pious. See, here's the thing. Let's really be like Jesus. Let's not pretend. Let's ask him that we could be people who even give away $20 we can't afford to give, so that we could help someone else. With this little lady who didn't have 2 pennies to rub together, those Pharisees should have been selling some of their flowing robes to take care of her. And here she was taking care of someone else. Jesus says your checkbook, your bank statement tells the truth about who you are. Go back through your bank statement for the month. Examine it. What did I give to my money for? Right? It'll tell you what your heart is like. And your heart and how it gives. Notice Jesus didn't prescribe an amount, right? He described costly giving. She gave till it hurt. Why? She knew what it was like to hurt. She gave till it hurt because she knew what it was like to hurt, and she wanted to help someone else. That's why it's so amazing that Jesus hurt to help us, to give his life. It cost him everything. So here's our prayer today. Father, please help me be wise in my finances and my time, so I can maximize my input, so I can do the most good. Most of all, give me the heart of Jesus. Give me your heart. Because that's the key, okay? Don't go give out of guilt now, but say to Jesus, Lord, give me your heart, and then give me opportunity, so that when I think of Jesus, I want his heart, so that I think like him when it comes to giving and loving people around me. This is a good, really great song called Give Us Your Heart.
Your eyes are on the lowly, though others look away. Your feet run to the broken, your hands are quick to say, make us like you, Lord. You walk with the forgotten and offer them home, adopting the unwanted and calling them your own. Make us like you, Lord. And oh, give us your heart. Oh, give us your heart. you